What signs should we watch for as the world changes? In Matthew 24, 1 through 8, as Jesus leaves the temple, his disciples marvel at its buildings. He predicts, "Not one stone here will be left on another. Everyone will be thrown down." Curious, they ask about signs of his coming and the end of the age. Jesus warns of false messiahs, wars, famines, and earthquakes, describing them as the beginning of birth pains. This passage calls us to spiritual awareness, reminding us that amidst uncertainty, we must anchor ourselves in unwavering faith and discernment. How do we hold on to faith when persecution arises? In Matthew 24, 9 to 14, Jesus warns his disciples they'll face persecution, hatred, and betrayal. Many will abandon faith, and false prophets will mislead countless believers. Yet he assures, the one who stands firm to the end will be saved, declaring that the gospel will be preached to all nations before the end arrives. This passage inspires perseverance, encouraging us to remain faithful despite adversity, knowing our steadfastness has eternal value. What should we do when great trials unfold? In Matthew 24, 15 to 22, Jesus references Daniel's prophecy about the abomination of desolation, warning believers to flee quickly when they see this sign. He describes a time of unparalleled distress, emphasizing God's mercy in shortening those days for the sake of the faithful. This dramatic warning urges us to vigilance, preparedness, and deep trust in God's protection, even during the darkest moments. How do we discern truth from deception? In Matthew 24, 23 to 28, Jesus cautions his followers against false messiahs and deceptive miracles. He emphasizes, "If anyone tells you, 'Here he is,' or 'There he is,' do not believe it." He clarifies that his coming will be unmistakable, as visible as lightning stretching across the sky. This scene teaches us to remain spiritually discerning, rooted in truth, and attentive to genuine signs of God's presence. What will Christ's return look like? In Matthew 24, 29 to 31, Jesus vividly describes cosmic events accompanying his return: the sun darkened, stars falling, and heavenly powers shaken. He proclaims that the Son of Man will appear in the sky, bringing clarity, glory, and gathering his elect from all corners of the earth. This majestic imagery invites awe and expectation, reminding us of Christ's ultimate triumph and our hopeful anticipation of his return. Can nature teach us spiritual truths? In Matthew 24, 32 to 35, Jesus points to a fig tree as a metaphor, explaining that just as budding leaves signal summer's approach, so will certain signs indicate his return. He assures, "Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away," reinforcing his promise's certainty and permanence. This lesson encourages us to remain attentive to spiritual signs around us, confident in God's timeless truth. What if the end comes unexpectedly? In Matthew 24, 36 to 44, Jesus emphasizes that no one, not even angels or himself, knows the exact timing, only the Father. He likens his return to the unexpected coming of a thief, urging believers to always be prepared. He challenges us, saying, "You must be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when you do not expect him." This urgent call to readiness reminds us to live faithfully every day, keeping our hearts prepared and watchful. How will the Master find us upon his return? In Matthew 24:45-51, Jesus contrasts two servants, one faithful, caring diligently for fellow servants, and another wicked, abusing his authority, believing his master's return is delayed. Jesus warns of severe judgment for those unprepared and unfaithful, highlighting the blessings reserved for those who diligently serve God's purpose. This concluding lesson challenges us to remain faithful, compassionate, and responsible, knowing our actions now determine our eternal destiny. Matthew 24 challenges us to live with spiritual clarity, discernment, and unwavering readiness. It reminds us that although the timing of Christ's return remains hidden, our mission is clear: to remain steadfast, compassionate, and prepared. Are we attentive to the signs? Are our hearts and actions aligned with Christ's teachings? May we live faithfully, knowing our readiness honors God and ensures our eternal fellowship with Him.